It's not just where you live, it's where you play. It's where you get the most out of life. New Journeys is a show that explores the best of Florida and northern Michigan. It's more than a real estate show. Yes, you can tour exciting properties, but mostly it opens a vibrant lifestyle to a place you can call home. Watch New Journeys, TV 7 and 4, Sundays at 11:30. New Journeys, for a life well lived.
Hi, I'm Lissa Edwards, Managing Editor of Northern Home and Cottage. I am delighted to welcome you to our 2020 virtual home tour. If you love minimalist Scandinavian design, then you won't want to miss this home. Built by Gary Mott of G Mott Builders. Join us as Gary and the homeowners, Tommy and Lauren Green, show us around and explain why this is called a Hygge home.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you so much for
Hi.
letting me in.
Come
I'm
on.
Erin Lucky. I'm the marketing director of Fine North Media, home to Northern Home and Cottage and the 2020 virtual home tours. I'm here with Tommy and Lauren at their beautiful home just south of Traverse City. Let's take a look around. So let's start in the kitchen because this is the first thing I see. The lighting is beautiful. So you guys moved in just a few short weeks ago. Have you been taking advantage of the space yet?
Oh, yes.
Very much.
One of my favorite aspects of the kitchen right here is what is being referred to as the coffee nook, but I've sort of taken it over with all of my tea things, so I'm calling it the tea nook, even though Tommy is very much involved with the coffee making as well.
I love that. Yes, what a perfect spot. Right when you wake up, you can come right here. Now, I noticed barely any appliances. It looks like most of it is kind of hidden behind. Was that on purpose to kind of bring that minimalistic style through?
Yeah, absolutely. So, the oven is built right in here, as well as our dishwasher, which is just right here in this drawer. So it's very hidden.
Yes.
And the same thing with our fridge, which is built right into the cabinet console. You can just, see right in.
Perfect.
It's very minimal and sleek.
Kitchen here, but obviously Traverse City is full of great places to eat out and go. What are some of your favorites?
Yeah, part of the reason we love Traverse is actually because it's such a foodie town, and one of our very favorite restaurants is Alliance. We just love going there for like special date nights. We're also a huge fan of Black Market, which is our favorite coffee shop in town. Tommy, as I mentioned, is a huge coffee connoisseur, and they do a great job. If we're doing something like quick and easy, we love to go to the Little Fleet and grab tacos at Happy's, or get white on rice. That's another good food truck in town. So there's a lot of good options.
So the focal point of the living room area is obviously a wood fireplace, which we don't see that often anymore. What made you guys go with wood?
Well, I grew up with a wood fireplace. My dad, like some of my happiest memories growing up are my dad making fires in the winter downstate. But more than that, we would often walk around town when we lived in the Commons and smell other people's fireplaces in Slab Town and in the older neighborhoods. And we'd always say, like, I wish that smell was for us. I wish it was ours. So when it came down to it, we did wire it for gas so that if someday down the road we ever changed our mind, we could put a gas fireplace in, but we really just love the scent, the sound of the crackling logs. It's kind of like more of a full sensory experience.
Absolutely. And with the windows here too, in the winter, this will be so cozy and beautiful.
Yes.
So as we move out of the living room, we're going to transition into the studio area over here. Now talk a little bit about this modular area that we're seeing here.
So the whole house is actually a modular kit home from Hyga Supply. Our house is 3 modules. So the great room area and kitchen, it's a studio module. The office here is actually a breezeway. One thing when we built the house that we really wanted was a workspace from home. And so we expanded the typical glass-walled entrance breezeway into an office and entrance with all of our mechanicals in the middle. And then the finish allowed us for workspace.
Yeah, we own a creative studio called Trap Studio, and so I also work at Interlochen, so I'm here doing work from Interlochen. Tommy's doing work for our creative studio, and we needed like a lot of space so that we could, comfortably work from home.
Absolutely, and it's just sectioned off just partly, so you have, the nice privacy over here, but yet you can still have a good conversation from the kitchen or the living room.
Absolutely, yeah.
We really wanted an open footprint where everything kind of felt on the same
And flowed.
Same plane.
Let's head into the master bedroom. So I know from your space in the Commons, you were really looking for something specific with this room here. Talk a little bit about what helped you design it.
Yeah, so when we were working with Hyga Supply, we were really specific about wanting to have a master suite. We'd never had one before. We've always just had a bathroom that has been accessible to all of our guests and everything, which is fine, but we wanted the extra and added privacy of having like an ensuite bathroom.
Let's go take a look at the tub.
Yeah, so when we were looking to either buy or build a home, I had 3 things that were on my list that were like my ultimate dream items, and one of them was a soaking tub, because since I was a little girl, I've loved to sit in the bathtub and read. So this was a huge thing for me, a huge design feature on this bathroom, and one of my favorite parts of the house.
Absolutely. Another really cool aspect of this part is the breezeway. So, you guys have this kind of straight through onto the greenery of outside. So that will be nice, like as you guys, are getting ready in here or using the bathroom, you still have the natural aspects of the outdoors.
Yeah, there's a lot of lanes throughout the house. So you'll notice as you walk around the house or through the house, a lot of places you're able to look through the entire thing out to the outside. And
is that part of the modular kit home? Is that something that they believe,
That's definitely something Hyga Supply focuses on a lot.
Absolutely.
So this is another room that will eventually be a bunk room, but it's more of an office for now. One really unique thing about it is the corner windows. When you're in here, you can see all the way through the master suite to the outside again. And when you're outside, you can look through the corner of the window and see all the way through to the fireplace.
So now we're in the guest quarters of the house, and the guests get a wonderful bathroom to use. The toilet also is interesting. Buttons on the wall, any specific reason?
Yeah, so one of the things that really appealed to us about Hyga Supply is how these houses are so environmentally conscious, and with this toilet, obviously there's a large flush, there's a small flush, so gives more of an eco-friendly feel.
Yeah. Saving the water.
Yeah.
Love that. All right, so now I'm standing here with Gary Mott, owner of G-Mott Builders right here in Traverse City. Gary, what brought you to this project?
So I was actually acquainted with Hyga Supply through a previous prospective client. We talked through their entire process. I met the team at Hyga and was actually able to walk through a couple of projects they had going to familiarize with the product. And I fell in love with the idea and the styling mostly. So I figured this is something I want to pursue. Shortly after that, I met Tommy and Lauren. They were our first full client for a Huiga Supply home.
Yeah.
Which are really awesome homes. There's some really cool features in here. A lot of folks think modern or minimalist and that there's not a lot of detail to it, but in actuality, there's a tremendous amount of detail, a lot of really cool features, and I'd like to show you some of those.
Please.
So right here, I think you've probably already seen the washer and dryer inside the cabinet, which is pretty cool. Now this is a ventless Whirlpool dryer, so it actually doesn't vent air to the direct outside. It creates steam and then that drains through a plumbing pipe. What that does is eliminates one more penetration that could lose air and energy and that kind of thing. Right next to that, we also have a whole bunch of equipment. And I'm a nerd for equipment and all the details that go into it. So starting at the bottom, we have a Viega ManaBlock, which handles all of our water supply. Each fixture is individually controlled right here. If you need to shut a fixture off real quick for a service, you don't have to shut the whole house down. That feeds up into a Noritz combi boiler, which handles the in-floor radiant heat as well as the domestic hot water supply, so for showers and faucets. And that's all controlled in this top cabinet through the boiler control system. It's got all the valves and the balancing zones up there. This home is on a 3-zone boiler. And then right next to that one, we have a Broan ERV, which is energy recovery ventilator. As tight as we're building houses nowadays, we need to bring in fresh air. If we don't have fresh air, it can feel really stale and be unhealthy. So this brings in fresh air. It preheats or pre-cools, depending on the season, and then injects that air into living space for a really comfortable experience.
So basically all the appliances and like maintenance is right here and tucked in the middle of the house. You know, there's nowhere else where anything would be stored. That's so cool.
Yeah, and right on the other side of this wall is the power control center. It's a Leviton load center, which is a newer type of product. And so really in this 6 foot by 3 foot deep, 8 foot tall space, we have everything we need to control this house.
Yeah, and clearly people are getting a hold of that. I know you have a couple more projects with the Huiga Supply that are coming up, right?
Yes, we do. Yep. Huiga is a national company. They service nationwide, but it's actually a local company too. So they're based out of an area close to us, and we have a lot of folks in our area that want to build that style house because of that.
Doors that go with it. Is it something that these doors are called or like a specific design?
Yeah, again, it seems simple because of the modern design, but there's a lot going on here. These are 8 foot tall solid MDF doors, manufactured locally, by the way. They're extremely heavy, and to carry that load, we've got to use an upgraded system. So it's a cavity sliders system, and they've got their own lock that goes with it. This is a Cavilock. They are soft close, soft open. So it's a great door, super tall. It gives it that really tall height feeling. Again, there's a lot that goes into it right here just to make a simple type of door.
Sure. And Tommy was saying the whole home is a smart home, and I know that there's something here that makes the home smart. Talk a little bit about what that is.
Yeah, so this is an Ecobee 3. The entire home is controlled into 3 heating zones with Ecobee thermostats. And this one here services this end of the house. So Ecobee are just a good quality, sustainable, energy efficient type of design. And so that handles the heating for this zone. There's 2 others for heating in the other 2 zones.
Thanks again to Tommy, Lauren, and Gary for inviting us into the beautiful home that they designed. And thank you for joining us on the 2020 Northern Home & Cottage virtual home tours this year. I'm Erin Lucky with My North Media. We'll see you at the next house.
With winter's chill, things heat up. Come carve a slope, grab some air, or glide along a well-groomed path. Fly down a steep hill, or cruise down a wooded trail. Make your winter exciting. Make it Benzie County. We are Northern Michigan. Go to visitbenzie.com.
every one of our day passes comes with over 260,000 gallons of fun.
There's a place on Florida's East Coast with 22 miles of beaches, where the hotels are no taller than the towering oaks, and award-winning chefs own restaurants. With art, culture, and acres of conservation land to explore. Experience Florida's finer side. Visit Indian River County, Florida.